Hi, Church of Mill. We're thinking together in a couple videos about money, about finances. In the last video, we looked at 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 17. The very next verse tells us that they are to do good, to be rich in good works, to be generous and ready to share. Friends, of all the things that ought to mark us as believers, one of the things that really stands out is that our relationship with money and possessions ought to be different from those who don't know Jesus Christ. You see, God's given us everything we have to enjoy. We learned in the last video. And in this video, we learn that God's given us everything we have in order that we would be generous. I want to challenge you right now. Well, as we're in circumstances in which we are aware of the uncertainty of life and in the uncertainty of money, that our temptation might be to hoard, to keep what we have and store it up. And yet the scriptures tell us so clearly that even now we're to be generous, to be rich in good works. So I want to encourage you, think about another church member who has less than you, or who may have lost work or been furloughed, or just hasn't had the same kind of opportunities that you've had. And to reach out to them and do something kind, maybe even to do it anonymously, to pay a bill or to send a gift card or to drop off a meal or to send a book, that you would be opening up your own storehouses that God's given you and sharing with them. Another way to do that is to give generously to your church, because your church is laboring to provide good spiritual content to help us all in this time, and to give money away to missions. There's just so many ways to use what God's given us to bless and share and move the mission forward. And that we would be doing that in such a way that we're not being rich principally in our possessions, but we're being rich in good works. We're being rich by giving away what we have. So enjoy what God's given you and give away everything else. And doing so will glorify God, and it'll show that Jesus is better.